Hey, what's up guys? In this clip, they're installing a new windshield, but overall in this video, we're making a lot of progress in the Kia Soul, and by the end of this video, it's actually going to look like a car. I'm starting to get a little bit messy again because I've been working, and it is cold. I have my propane heater. I'm going to run this for about 10 minutes and I'll shut it off. What I'm going to do today is install the pipe, the brake line pipe, and also the pipes for the air conditioning. So now that this area is complete, I don't want to put on the motor mount yet until all the necessary piping is complete over here. Hey guys, I got cavity wax here, made by 3M. Part number is 08852, and I also have an applicator. I don't have a part number for the applicator, but I'm sure once you do a search for the 3M, the applicator kit will come up as well. Or else you just have this spray piece here that goes on top. So get the applicator set. It's a must-have. Also, when I was driving trucks, the big trucks, the 18-wheelers, their frames are coated in wax. So wax is definitely a good thing to preserve frames and metal. So if you can, coat everything you can with wax. Somebody recently asked me if it was worth it to buy this Maxicom MK808BT. So this one doesn't have full capability, and it's like mid-level range capability, mid-level price and stuff like that. One of the reasons why I got this was because of the brake bleed mechanism. If you don't disconnect your brake lines, see I disconnected my brake line right here. Or if you don't disconnect your ABS module, then there's really no reason to have a brake bleed function. If you do disconnect one of those lines or the ABS module, you definitely want to have this capability. Shortly after making this video, the subscription ran out on my Maxicom, and they wanted $165 to renew. It's definitely not cheap. All right, I'm going to do my best to explain what I'm doing here with the brakes. So first, this is my vacuum pump, and this is a pickle jar. I'm using this just as a fluid separator. I have vacuum coming in the pickle jar, and it's sucking out through the brake bleed line. And I just activate the vacuum pump for a few minutes, let it suck out all the air and some of the fluid. When it seems to stop, I'll go ahead and switch over my process, and I'll keep the line open. And then I'm going to exercise the ABS module over here with my Maxicom. Now I'm going to exercise the system a few times with the vacuum pump running, just to get out all the air and fluid and stuff like that, just to really purge the system. And then I'm going to shut off the vacuum pump and close my brake bleed line. And I'm going to exercise the ABS system again several times without the vacuum pump running. And then these two processes together results in a very good brake pedal feel. Okay, now I already have my Bluetooth reader plugged into the dash inside the car. So let's get this started here. So I just want to show you what this looks like. I'm going to hit the brake bleed function. Now I have to go inside the car to press the brake pedal. Press OK when ready. Okay, now we're just going to alternately step on the pedal, and we're going to hear the pump run. And release. And then put it back in. And release. Put it back in. Now the car is automatically activating the ABS pump. and it's trying to get all the air out of the system. Okay guys, I don't know if this is unexpected or not, but I mentioned this a little bit in the other videos. This lip right here was distorted a little bit, and I went to hammer it back and I ended up distorting my fender apron. So I found another guy. He was selling parts off a similar Kia Soul, and he let me have it for 50 bucks, but because my tool kept dying right here, I ended up using his tools and his blades and everything and his time. So I gave him 100 bucks for this frame rail part. The frame rail isn't really good or usable because I cut it right here, but here's the part that was distorted on my car. So this lip was leaning over a little bit, and when I tried hammering it back, all this got distorted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate the apron right here, and everything should go back together pretty well. I made some progress here guys, and I separated the fender skirt from the spare frame rail here, and this is all going to be trash. But there was one spot weld that I really had a hard time with. This one right here, it's actually 3 layers thick. It goes right here in this corner. So yeah, there's one spot weld that just kind of holds on to everything. So I'm going to probably drill all the way through, clamp it, and then just, oh, it's right here. Clamp everything together and weld everything together at the same time. Obviously I'm going to have to paint it. So all this just comes together. This is going to slide in here. And then all of this needs to come together down here, and then I have to weld it. Before I get all that together, I got to clean up all my welds and paint everything with the weld through primer. So this is not ready yet, but once I get it ready, then I'll put on my fender skirt down here. It's been a little while since I made a video, but I really didn't want to record it because I recorded this side. But this side is done, guys. The left side of the car is done. And now we can start bolting everything together. We have the engine mount down here. I'll put that on and remove the jack. And then I can get the radiator support on. The radiator, the condenser, maybe even the fender, the hood, the bumper. All that stuff too. Woohoo! Yeah! Hey guys, it's been a while since I made a video, and I wanted to show you guys how this house is being taken over by car parts. But also I want to show you the status of the car. So here is the fender. This is the left fender, and I have all these parts and they're all coming together. So this is going to snap in like this in that area, but I need a screwdriver. Also the hood is looking pretty good. This little grill thing, it cost about $100. I'm going to probably just silicone the emblem back on. Alright, now here's my office, and it's totally cluttered. So we just got done renovating a house, and we're kind of mid everything. So once we get done renovating a house, we come back, we have like empty boxes and supplies and tools and trash and all kinds of stuff. And we're working on this car, so everything's just kind of thrown about right now. So this is the Kia Soul bumper, and the headlights, and a few brackets. And this stuff is actually for a car that I haven't revealed yet. I promised my wife I wouldn't say what it is. Okay, let's fast forward now. I haven't shown you anything since I put on the fender apron, but you can see I have the fuse box on there now, the battery's in place, the air cleaner. And see, the wiring is, for the most part, it's in the right place. Also, I started attaching some of the brackets. Here's a bumper cover bracket. I got a couple little plastic things here. This is ready to be attached, but I'm not going to do it yet because I still have to put in the radiator. But for the most part, the radiator support is still sitting there just with a few bolts on each side because some of the bolts were damaged in the accident. So I need to find some new ones. Well, from here, guys, we are progressing pretty well, and it's actually pretty fun. It's kind of like what I was talking about before. When you put back the engine and you have all your wire harness clips and everything, you just kind of like it's like a puzzle. You just kind of try to find where everything goes, and you clip everything in place. You just have to try to find all the parts and all the locations, all the nuts and bolts. It's a little tedious, but it is what it is. In the end, it ends up being kind of fun. From here, I'm going to take the top of the radiator support off. I'm going to get the radiator, the fan shroud, and the condenser all together. I'm going to drop it in the radiator support, and I'm going to start buttoning it together. And it's really starting to come together now, so I'm starting to get excited. A little bit of bad news, guys. I was just working on some of the final assembly. The hood release cable is bad. So this little piece right here came off. The guy in Dayton that I got the fender skirt from, he actually still had the Kia, and I was able to get the hood release cable from him. And I actually got a couple things. I got some like nuts and bolts and everything, and I actually had the windshield washer reservoir in my hands, but I didn't think I needed it. I just took a couple nuts and bolts off of it, and come to find out I actually put some fluid in mine, and yeah, there's fluid leaking all over the ground. So I guess I'll go back maybe tomorrow, maybe offer him like $20 for the reservoir. That's the way it goes.